Hi there, I'm Lucy from Japan. Today I'm going to talk about why Japan's Emperor Naruhito's only child, Princess Aiko, is not allowed to be the next Emperor of Japan. I guess so many Japanese must be wondering about this. There is only one reason. It is because she is a female. Princess Aiko is the only child of the current Emperor Naruhito, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with her family background. She is smart enough to handle about 30 minutes long press conference without looking at any notes at her first press conference of her coming of age. She has also declined the expensive tiara to commemorate her coming of age because the country has suffering from depression. And she was grown into a kind and thoughtful lady who has been raised a sheltered dog with love for many years. So Princess Aiko is raised by Emperor and Empress, and she's smart, and she cares about Japanese people. I think it is gender discrimination and a great loss to Japan that she cannot become the next emperor simply because she is a female. It is outdated to unfairly discriminate against people based on their gender. It is the Japanese government, not the Japanese public, that is outdated. Today, more than 80% of Japanese public want Princess Aiko to become the crown princess. It is the Japanese politicians who have stopped thinking and cannot accept the time to change. The Japanese government is currently promoting a policy of creating a society in which all women can shine to promote the advancement of women. However, if a woman cannot even be the emperor, the symbol of Japan, because she is a female, then creating a society where all women can shine is just a joke. If Japan really wants to make creating a society in which all women can shine happen, then we can take the first step toward gender equality in Japan, having a female emperor as a symbol of such an advanced society. This issue of succession is not only a matter of gender discrimination, but also a matter of power struggles. There are certain forces that insist on continuing the male line of succession. These forces are the emperor's younger brother, Prince Akishino family, and the supporters of this family. It is probably the Akishino family that is most reluctant to see the throne pass to the Princess Aiko. And the retired Empress Michiko also wants Prince Akishino to be the next emperor. In my opinion, the fact that the discussion of a female emperor has not progressed at all is probably because Michiko is putting pressures on politicians. Let me first explain how Japanese law works. Article 1 of the Constitution states the emperor is the symbol of Japan and of the unity of the Japanese people, and this position is based on the consensus of the Japanese people who have sovereignty over the country. According to this law, it does not say that only male can be the emperor. And Princess Aiko, who is supported by many Japanese, seems to meet the principles of the Constitution. However, in Article 2 of the Constitution states, the imperial throne shall be hereditary and shall be succeeded in accordance with the imperial household law as described by the Diet. The imperial household law stipulates that the imperial throne shall be succeeded by a male member of the imperial lineage. Revision of the imperial household law is currently desired. Currently, an organization called the Council of Experts has been established to discuss the issue of succession to the imperial throne, and according to the report, experts concluded that the order of the succession to the throne from Emperor's younger brother, Prince Akishino, to his son, Prince Hisahito, should not be changed. And the time is not ripe to discuss the rule of succession after Prince Hisahito, and it has been suspended. I think this conclusion is very far from the actual voice of the people. First of all, the expert panel has only 6 members, and there appears to be bias in the selection of the members. It is an organization that is just to submit the conclusion to the direction the government wants and give them an excuse that the Council of Experts has reached the same conclusion. For example, after submitting this report, chairman of the panel, Mr. Seike, became president of the Japanese Red Cross Society. The Japanese Red Cross Society is an organization for which the retired Empress Michiko has long served as honorary president. And Mr. Seike's appointment as president is unusual in terms of past appointments. One of the other members of the organization were pictured when she was greeting to the retired Empress Michiko in a friendly manner. It can be said that 2 out of 6 members have deep ties to the retired Empress Michiko. I think the members of such a meeting should be chosen who have no vested interest in any imperial family members. Since the decision on the succession to the throne is such an important issue, it should not be discussed by just 6 members, but rather go to the polls to vote, as has been done in other countries, to ask the people's opinion. However, the reason why they do not do so is probably because there are many politicians from Akishino supporters at the center of the government. How long will the government continue to ignore the voice of the people? Those who oppose a female emperor also have their reasons. They say when Aiko ascends to the throne, she will be a female emperor of a male lineage, because her father is the emperor. Then if Aiko were to marry a commoner named Mr. A, for example, and their first child were to be a girl, and she were to ascend the throne, she would be a female emperor of the female line. The mother or maternal ancestor is the emperor. The ancestor of this emperor would be the Mr. A's family, and the ancestor of the female line would be the Owada family. Owada is the current Empress Masako's father's family name. If we first have a male line female emperor and then female line female emperor, it would mean that in 2 generations, both the male and female ancestors would be commoners. This is probably the typical thinking of those who oppose female emperors. I think most of you would think, so what? Me too. I do not understand at all about the reason for this opposition. The emperor's child, Princess Aiko, will be the next emperor, and Princess Aiko's child will be the next emperor after that. I think it's okay. There's no problem. Is there any need to make a distinction between male and female there? If Japan really wants to male line succession, the only way is to revive the concubine system. Japan also needs to be flexible enough to accept change in accordance with the times. Suppose that the imperial throne is transferred to Prince Hisahito with the current rules in place. If so, once Prince Hisahito marries in the future, his wife will be under tough pressure to give birth to a boy, just as Empress Masako once suffered. What kind of woman would marry into a family knowing that she would have endured such hardship? It is also possible that Prince Hisahito himself may love a man instead of a woman, or that he may have a physical problem to have children. And even if he does have children, it would happen that all children are girls. In other words, the same problem could occur in the future with Prince Hisahito. If that is the case, I think the best option is to change the law so that Princess Aiko can succeed the throne now instead of transferring the imperial line to the Prince Akishino family, which is hated by the Japanese people and causes so many troubles. Please see my past videos for more information on what kind of people the Akishino family is. There are also those who raise the issue of physical strength, saying that it would be impossible for a female to succeed the throne because female has less physical strength than male, so female can unable to perform emperor's duties. But there are many other countries where the queens are fulfilling their duties as kings with no problem. And physical strength issue can be controlled with the support from the Imperial Household Agency. And I'm sorry to say, from what I can see, the Princess Aiko seems to be much healthier and several times more physically stronger than the Prince Hisahito. To take women's opportunities away from the start by making it appear that women are not capable is problematic, and this is a very definition of contempt for women. The idea of having a female emperor came very close to being realized in the beginning of 2006. This was the time of former Prime Minister Junichiro Koizumi. The report submitted by the Expert Council on the Imperial Household Law, which was established by Mr. Koizumi, states that all members of the council were in agreement. It is appropriate to expand the eligibility for succession to the throne in the future to female members of the imperial family. The report also recommended that the law should be amended to allow females to be eligible to succeed to the throne. If this has been passed, the current situation would not have occurred. However, shortly after this report was issued, in February 2006, NHK Japan Broadcasting Corporation reported that Princess Kiko, wife of Prince Akishino, was pregnant, and Prince Hisahito was born in September 2006. Then the discussion about having a female emperor has been suspended ever since. Princess Kiko was reported as 6 weeks pregnant at the time. The act of using the media to publicize the pregnancy at 6 weeks gestation after an ethically questionable gender birth was drawn criticism from some of the public. In my opinion, Akishino family stole the throne, which was to have been inherited by Princess Aiko. Such a rash act is one of the reasons why this family is so disliked. And they are taking advantage of the fact that they have a male heir to do whatever they want. For your information, in Japan, the Japan Society of Obstetrics and Gynecology voluntarily banned the practice of gender selection because it is unethical. I'm also Japanese, and I feel that Japanese government are very careful to make new changes and try unprecedented things. However, as for female emperors, there have been 8 female emperors in the past, and the mythical Amaterasu, who is said to be the origin of the emperor, is also said to be a female. There is no problem in Japan's history with a female emperor, Princess Aiko. The Japanese government should discard the report of the panel of experts, which against the will of the public, and move immediately to realize Crown Princess Aiko, which is what the majority of the Japanese want. If Prince Akishino becomes the future emperor, it will be the true end of an imperial system that the people do not support or respect. Okay, that's the end of today's story. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like the video. And if you want to see more truths of Japanese imperial family, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.